All right, y'all boys, so we're back with another video. Now, this video is important. We're going to be talking about 4 types of men you need to stay away from, you need to avoid. This also for my ladies out there too, you feel me? You guys are going to know how to navigate certain things with men. But these are the 4 types of men to avoid at all costs. I don't care what it is, what it may be, avoid them at all costs. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not familiar with the channel, I'm here to help return men back to true masculinity. Now, a lot of the advice I do give or the experiences I do give, they're mostly for men. But again, some things work both ways too. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to go from number 4 down to number 1. So the 4th type of man you want to avoid at all costs is a man who has too much pride. Now, pride is such a terrible thing that it's even a sin in the Bible. Okay. Now, the reason why you want to avoid somebody or a man with so much pride is because a man who's so prideful thinks that he is close to God. He puts himself at such a high level, you know what I mean, to the point where he thinks he's God. So that man, you can't tell him anything about himself because he thinks that he's perfect in his ways and that he has nothing else to grow. He has nothing else to learn or anything like that. So the opposite of pride is being humble. Okay. And the thing about pride makes somebody think that there's somebody that they're not. Okay. Now, the reason why you want to avoid this kind of man is because this is the type of man that's going to think that he is better than everybody else. You can't tell him nothing. He can't be in certain places. He's just not humble. That's not somebody you want to be with. And as a man, that's not somebody you want to be friends with. Okay, so that's number 4, very important. Keep away from prideful men, and you'll be able to recognize them too because of the way they act, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, and most importantly, if they're able to accept correction. So if they did something wrong and you could come up to them and be like, hey man, you did this wrong, you should try it different, and they just shoo you away like you don't mean nothing, that's usually somebody with a lot of pride or somebody who never asked for help. They think that, oh, I could do everything on my own. That's usually a sign of pride. Stay away from that. So the 3rd type of man you guys want to avoid at all costs, to my men out there, is a man who is so thirsty over women. They're just so lustful after women. They can't go to a party and have fun if women aren't there. They can't go to the mall if they're not out looking for women. They leave the house looking for women. You know what I mean? That's a dangerous type of man because they're the type to make you look bad to make themselves look better in front of women, which usually backfires. Stay away from this type of man because, again, these are men that's thinking with their head down here and they're not thinking logically, which is going to put them in terrible positions down in life because a lot of times women, they could trap you into certain things. For example, if people could use that against them too. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who loves women so much, somebody could use that against you. If somebody is trying to rob you, kill you, whatever it may be, they might send somebody who looks good at you. And you think, oh man, she looks so good. Let me go into this. And you go into some kind of area and then you see 5 men show up and they do whatever they got to do. Okay, that's one scenario you don't want to be in. So as a man, avoid this type of man at all costs because, again, his mind is so much on women, he can't think logically. Okay? Number 2, the 2nd type of man you guys should avoid at all costs is a man who can't control his emotions. This is for my ladies also. This is very important. A man who can't control his emotions is a weak man. You don't want to be around weak men. Weak men are, how should I say it? They're a liability. Okay? So a man, any little thing happens and he just gets frustrated, he gets angry, and he's just ready to crash out, is not somebody you want to be friends with. One, it is not somebody you want to have as your mate, as your spouse, or your boyfriend, whatever it may be. That's not somebody you want to be friends with. The thing too, like a lot of people, they like nowadays, they glorify the whole crash out. Oh yeah, my bro, he'll crash out. He'll crash out about this. He'll crash out about this. No, the friend that's a crash out is a liability, man. In reality, it's a liability. I promise you guys right now, if any of you guys have a crash out friends who crashes out over the smallest thing, I promise you, going out with that man is like going out with a bad kid. Because you got to know where he's at all times. You feel me? You got to know where he's at all times. You always got to be there. Yo, just chill, just chill, just chill. He's the type of friend to ruin the night for everybody. He's the type to also get you in trouble. Because he might go do something, right, to somebody, but they're looking for him. They can't find him. But they remember seeing that you two were together. And they're like, oh, that's his friend right there. And now it comes to you. Avoid a man who gets angry so fast, or any just emotional period. Not just angry, but let's just say he gets emotional really quick, or he just feels some type of way about everything. That's a feminine man. You don't want to be around him. That's weak. You want to have strong men around you who can control and contain their emotions no matter what. Okay? So avoid that at all costs, man. Avoid that. Don't even deal with that. If you see a man and he's not able to control his emotions, that's weak. Don't be around that. And the number one man you want to avoid and stay away from at all costs is a man who does not fear God. I don't have to explain this too much because I made at least 500 videos on the importance of fearing God. Don't be close to a man who does not fear God, especially as a woman too. Because as a woman, it's important because if a man fears God, then he's being led by God. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody like that and they're not following God, if they're not following God, where are they going to lead you? Because God is not leading them. If they're not being led by God, where is he going to lead you? You know what I'm saying? And to my men out there, the importance of this is a man who fears God and is being led by God. A lot of things how should I say it? You can expect from him. For example, he's going to be an honest man. He's going to be straight up man. He's going to have integrity. He's going to be a man of his word. You know what I mean? Is he going to live life the way God wants him to live life? So again, man, you guys avoid these 4 type of men at all costs. And again, a lot of times you'll be able to tell who's who. It's not hard to tell. You'll be able to tell the man who's emotional. You'll see who's living for God and who's being led by God. You'll see the ones who love women so much, who are just infatuated, like women are a dying breed. There's so much women in the world. I don't know why men lust over them so easily. It makes no sense. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you guys think. To my new people, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.